Today in BeamNG Drive, we are going to drive the Pontiac Aztek. We are going to drive all variants of the car. And in the end of today's video, we are going to drive Walter White's famous and iconic car. Hello everyone and welcome back to BeamNG Drive. Scary Harry Larry here. Now as you can see, we're driving kind of an interesting car here. Yes, if you haven't recognized it by now, it is the Pontiac Aztek. So this is actually the first time on the channel we are driving a real-life car. So this is actually a mod. I'll leave a link to it in the description. So before we start driving this and testing out all the variations, let's talk a little bit about the Pontiac Aztek. So this was an American car, an SUV manufactured by Pontiac, and the production was from 2000 to 2005. Now this car actually kind of failed. Here's why. One, people did not like the look of the car at all. And two, this car was marketed as a off-road friendly car to go on campouts and that kind of stuff. But look at the wheels, how small they are. Those wheels can not do any off-roading at all. So today in BeamNG Drive, we're going to be driving this car, and we're going to drive every variation. In the end of today's video, we're also going to drive the car that Walter White drives in Breaking Bad. So, let's start off about the mod here, which I'll leave a link to in the description. I think I already said that. So, every part on the car could actually be opened. I really love the quality of the mod. This is like developer quality. So, the tailgate there splits into two. And there are like cup holders there. You could actually sit on it, have drinks there. And I'm pretty sure some versions of this actually have a tent. I don't know if it's in this version. So, the car we're driving here is the early production model. So, this car is pretty much bare bones. There's plastic everywhere. Let's take a look at the interior. So, this interior is very realistic. It's very detailed. I'm impressed. Whoever made this mod did a very good job. I really love this car. So let's actually just start driving this car here. And right away I'm noticing it's an SUV. It's obviously going to be really slow because that's how SUVs are. So it's actually, I'm surprised how decent of acceleration it is. But for some reason, this car reminds me of the Tesla Cybertruck for some reason. I think it's because of the shape. So this car has a low center of gravity, so the handling must really suck and it could roll over easily. So people said this car is terrible at off-roading. Let's try. Oh yeah, it is bad. We're not really getting good speed here. I could tell the tires are really struggling. Because the tires, they're just too small. Let's see if we could climb this. Yeah, we can't even climb this. Most SUVs can easily do that. So this car, in off-roading, it was not ahead of its time at all. Alright, so on the car here, let's test out the damage model. Since this mod's high quality, I expect it to be good. This is actually not bad. I don't see any mesh clipping. It's actually very realistic. Yeah, this is like developers. Like quality here. This is very good. This right here that we're driving is the GT version. So it's basically a more expensive, faster version. So I don't really see much changes on the car. Let's see, maybe... No, everything looks the same. So I bet the engine is going to be much better than before, and it's obviously going to be faster. Alright, so I'm driving the all-wheel drive variant. So right away I'm noticing the acceleration is good. I think this one has okay performance, especially for an SUV like this. So I'm just going to get this out of the way here. I think many people think the Pontiac Aztek is dumb and ugly, but I think it's a pretty cool SUV, and it's pretty underrated. I don't know, like I'd like to hear what you think about the SUV. I'd like to know in the comments. So this car top speed-wise is doing pretty well. We're going 110 here. Let's try going off-road. So like I said, these small tires here, they're not doing well. Oh no, how did our engine get damaged? Yeah, our wheels kind of messed up. Let's drive the next variant. The next variant is going to be a newer production version of the car. So So this is the newest production model Pontiac has made. They're not selling it anymore because it was made in 2005. So I must say, this car, the design, it looks ahead of its time. It looks very ahead of its time. It's kind of looking like cars you'd see drive in the road today. Keep in mind, this was in 2005. So this car is way less uglier than the other ones. You don't see any weird panels everywhere. The design is just clean. So the interior is actually way different and it looks way better. So let's see, what else changed? Is it all the same? The tailgate's still the same. Let's see how it drives. Here we go. So, since it's a newer car, I expect it to perform way better than some of the previous models. So, even though it's a newer production, they still haven't changed the mistake of making the tires way too small. And this car was marketed towards people who like off-roading and enjoy going out in campouts. So let's see how this thing off-roads. Is it going to be any better? And no, even though it's all-wheel drive, there's not much power. The tires just have terrible traction. It's not that bad. I mean, it gets the job done, but it wasn't made for, like, really off-roading. I guess it's made for trails like this. Also, this thing is terrible at climbing steeps. This next variant is just crazy. Just wait until you see it. This right here just looks like an absolute beast. So, right away I'm noticing the tires are much more chunky and they're probably going to do way better than before. Look at those exhausts. That is crazy. So I really want to see the engine so bad. Let's try opening it. There we go. So I think that might be a V12. I do see a turbo in there, I think. So this is based off the Pontiac Firebird, which is another car made by Pontiac. Unlike this one, that car actually was a successful muscle car. So, this thing is probably going to be the fastest variant we've ever driven for this car. Okay, this thing's very fast. Whoa, there's so much engine power. This thing could probably be called a muscle car. Look how fast we're going right now. We are still gaining speed. Alright, let's test out the top speed here, because we're on the longest straight road in BeamNG Drive, I think. Alright, we're going 140. Alright, let's see. What top speed do you think we're gonna go at? Alright, we're going down a downhill section here. I think we might go 180, probably. Oh, we are getting there to 180. Alright, I'm gonna avoid off-roading bit. And there we are, 180. So 185 is probably the top speed. So let's see the braking here. Alright, the braking is not that great, but once again, we're at a pretty high speed, so don't expect the brakes to work well. Actually, this car is actually fun to drive in the game. Let's try drifting it. You guys know I'm terrible at drifting. But this thing is easy to drift. I'm on keyboard right now, and all I need to do is just let go of power and turn. Oh no, I'm gonna hit the pole. Alright, so these next variants we're gonna drive are more off-roading based. This is an off-road variation. And you could tell whoever made this custom car fixed something. The wheels. They are much bigger, and the reason, like, they had to be lifted up the ground, obviously for off-roading, but also because they can't fit in the wheel wells. So, let's start driving this thing and test out the off-roading. And hey, this is where we filmed our first video on the channel. So we tried climbing that mountain. Let's see how this thing could do. So let's see how it does. Avoid those rocks. So this thing actually has a lot of power. I think it has potential to do well. I don't think it's going to climb the mountain at all, because if you've seen my first video on the channel, even that giant 6-wheeled monster truck thing couldn't climb it. Alright. Oh no, we've rolled over. Or we could recover from it. Alright, no. So the next one we're going to drive is a rally car. This is the Rally Edition. So I really like the color of this car. I love the orange. So this is a rally car, so Let's see how it does on a trail at high speeds. So far we're doing pretty good. This could actually be used for some rally stuff. So I actually kind of enjoy rallying in BeamNG Drive. I think it's pretty fun. You know, I just like love driving on trails at high speeds. Alright, this car's traction is terrible. The car's only weakness here. I don't think this car does well in sand. So these are rally tires. I don't think they're meant for deep sand and mud like this. But we're still going pretty strong here. We're just a little slow. Alright, that dune over there, I am going to jump it. If it could actually make it up. Here we go. Okay, well that was the worst jump I've ever done on the channel. Alright, the next variation is what some of you have been waiting for. Here it is, Walter White's iconic movie famous car. Well, it's not movie famous, it's technically a TV show. So, this car here, it is in a weird color, it is mint green. So it's missing a rim, and the windshield is duct tape. So this car has probably been through a lot. So let's see how this thing drives. This is like a older variant of the car, I'm not really sure. I don't expect it to do well. So yeah, it drives like all the other variations. Let's take it off-road. How did the engine... Oh no. We absolutely got destroyed here. It could still drive, right? The engine's broken. We're not going to go any further. Well, guys, that's all for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. Guys, I'll see you in the next BeamNG Drive video.